Debase as verb. To lower the quality, value, or status of something. To reduce the worth or value of something. The politicians' lies debased the trust of the public in their government. The counterfeit bills debased the value of the currency. The reality TV show debased the concept of love and relationships. The gossip column debased the reputation of many public figures. The company's unethical practices debased their reputation in the industry. Mercurial is adjective, characterized by rapid, unpredictable changes in mood or behavior, quick to change in temperament or mood. Her mood was mercurial, changing from one moment to the next. The stock market can be mercurial, with sudden fluctuations and changes. The weather in this area is notoriously mercurial, so always be prepared for unexpected changes. His mercurial personality made it hard to predict his reactions or behavior. The mercurial nature of the situation made it difficult to make decisions or take action. Dissolution as noun. The act or process of breaking down or disintegrating. The state of being dissolved, especially a solid substance in a liquid. The dissolution of the partnership was due to irreconcilable differences between the two owners. The dissolution of the marriage was finalized after a long and contentious legal battle. The scientists studied the dissolution of the sugar in the water to understand its chemical properties. The dissolution of the company was announced in a press release due to financial difficulties. The dissolution of the committee was necessary as its objectives had been achieved. Haphazard is adjective. Done or happening by chance, random or unplanned, lacking a clear pattern or method, disorganized or chaotic. The haphazard approach to planning resulted in a disorganized event. The haphazard construction of the building led to safety issues. The haphazardly written report lacked structure and coherence. His haphazard painting technique produced an abstract result. The haphazard placement of the furniture made the room feel cluttered. Diffident as adjective, lacking confidence in oneself or one's abilities. Shy, timid, or reticent, especially in social situations. The actor's diffident demeanor on stage surprised his fans. She was too diffident to express her opinion during the meeting. His diffident manner made him seem unapproachable to his co-workers. The politician's diffident attitude towards the press raised suspicion. Her diffident personality prevented her from taking risks in her career. Censor as noun. An official authorized to examine books, films, and other materials. Removes or suppresses any parts that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security. The journalist criticized the censor for limiting free speech and expression. The musician's song was censored for its explicit lyrics. The book was banned by the censor for its controversial content. The movie had to undergo several cuts and edits to meet the censor standards. The government appointed a censor to monitor and regulate the media's content. Hamstring as verb. To cause serious damage or injury to the tendons at the back of the knee. To severely restrict or limit the ability of someone or something to function or operate effectively. The robbery hamstrung the small business. The company was hamstrung by the lack of investment. The political scandal hamstrung the politician's career. The team was hamstrung by injuries to key players. The new policy hamstrung the organization's ability to operate efficiently.
Cosset as verb. cherish or protect something with great care and attention. Pamper or indulge someone excessively, treating them with great care and affection. The wealthy couple cosseted their pet poodle, buying it gourmet dog food, expensive toys, and a custom-made bed. The overprotective mother cosseted her son, doing everything for him and never allowing him to take any risks. The hotel staff cosseted the celebrity guests, catering to their every need and making sure they had a luxurious stay. The boss cosseted his favorite employees, giving them special treatment and opportunities that were not available to others in the company. The farmer cosseted his prize-winning cow, giving it a special diet and grooming it every day to prepare it for competition.
Arduous as adjective. Involving much hard work, effort, or difficulty, requiring a lot of physical or mental effort to accomplish. The arduous climb to the summit of the mountain required months of training and preparation. The arduous task of rebuilding the city after the disaster was going to take years to complete. The arduous journey through the desert tested the traveler's endurance and resilience. The arduous process of getting a PhD required years of hard work and dedication. The arduous job of caring for a sick parent was taking a toll on her physical and emotional well-being. Derivative as noun. A financial product that is based on the value of another underlying asset, such as a stock, bond, commodity, or index. A quantity that represents the rate of change or slope of a function with respect to one of its variables. The writer's novel was accused of being a derivative of an earlier work. The company's new product was seen as a derivative of a competitor's offering. The musician was criticized for using too many derivative elements in their music. The film was criticized for relying too heavily on derivative storytelling techniques. The artist's work was dismissed as a derivative of a more famous painter's style.
Stalwart as adjective. Loyal and dedicated to a cause, organization, or person. Strong and dependable, especially in times of difficulty or adversity. The stalwart supporter never wavered in his loyalty. The team's stalwart defense held off the opponent's attack. The stalwart soldier remained committed to his duty. The company's stalwart CEO led the company through tough times. The community was grateful for the stalwart volunteers who helped during the crisis.
Apostate is noun. A person who has abandoned or renounced a religious faith or belief. One who has deserted or abandoned a cause, belief, or principle. The religious community shunned him after learning he was an apostate who had renounced his faith. The group leader accused the dissenter of being an apostate and threatened to excommunicate him. The politician's opponents called him an apostate for changing his stance on a key issue. The writer was labeled an apostate by critics for deviating from the literary movement he had once championed. The athlete was deemed an apostate by fans for leaving his team and joining their rivals. Wanting as adjective. Insufficient or inadequate in quantity or quality. Lacking or in need of something. The product's quality was wanting, causing customers to return it. The service was wanting, and the customers left dissatisfied. His apology was wanting, and he needed to make amends. Her work was good, but it was wanting in terms of creativity. The hotel's amenities were wanting compared to its high price.
Plucky as adjective. Brave and determined in the face of difficulties or challenges, showing courage and spirit, especially in the face of adversity. The plucky young athlete overcame a serious injury to win the championship. The plucky little girl stood up to the school bully and refused to be intimidated. The plucky band of survivors fought off the zombie horde against all odds. The plucky entrepreneur took a risk and started her own successful business. The plucky rescue dog saved its owner from a burning building. Appease as verb. To bring to a state of peace or calm, especially by satisfying demands or needs. To pacify or soothe, especially by giving in to demands. The parents tried to appease their crying child with a lollipop. The government offered to appease the protesters by agreeing to some of their demands. The boss tried to appease the disgruntled employee by giving him a raise. The teacher appeased the student's frustration by extending the deadline for the assignment. The chef tried to appease the customer by offering to prepare a special meal. Pillory as verb. To expose to public scorn or contempt, ridicule or mock mercilessly. To publicly humiliate or shame someone, especially by exposing them to ridicule or contempt. The politician was pilloried in the press for his controversial remarks. The journalist was pilloried by the public for publishing inaccurate information. The CEO was pilloried by shareholders for his mismanagement of the company. The athlete was pilloried on social media for his poor performance in the game. The company was pilloried by environmentalists for its lack of commitment to sustainability.
Eclectic as adjective. Comprised of a diverse range of elements or styles. Made up of elements drawn from a variety of sources. Her style was eclectic, mixing vintage and modern pieces to create a unique look. His taste in music was eclectic, ranging from classical to heavy metal. The restaurant had an eclectic menu, featuring dishes from all over the world. The museum had an eclectic collection of art, spanning different time periods and genres. The writer had an eclectic range of interests, from science fiction to history to poetry.
Raconteur as noun. A person who is skilled in telling anecdotes or stories in an amusing or interesting way. The term is often used to describe someone who is knowledgeable and engaging in conversation, and who has a natural talent for spinning compelling tales. He was a natural raconteur, captivating audiences with his stories. The comedian had honed his skills as a raconteur, weaving humorous anecdotes into his stand-up routine. The raconteur's tale of his travels around the world was both entertaining and informative. The party was lively thanks to the raconteur, who kept everyone laughing with his jokes. The elderly raconteur would regale his grandchildren with stories of his youth.
Rapprochement à nous. The reconciliation or coming together of parties, groups, or nations that have been at odds or in conflict. The re-establishment of a harmonious or friendly relationship, often after a period of tension or estrangement. Diplomatic efforts led to a successful rapprochement between the two nations. The peace talks signaled a significant rapprochement between the conflicting parties. The rapprochement between the two communities brought hope for lasting peace. There was a visible rapprochement after the long-standing feud between the families. The leaders' meeting aimed at achieving a lasting rapprochement between the nations.
Importune as verb. To beg or implore insistently and annoyingly, to harass or trouble with persistent requests or demands. The salesman would importune potential customers until they made a purchase. The charity organization would importune donors for contributions. The job seeker would importune employers with follow-up calls and emails. The artist would importune gallery owners for a chance to exhibit their work. The journalist would importune sources for information to break a news story.
Ready to boost your English or ace the GRE? Meet the GRE Vocabulary app, a fun and effective way to master language. Learn advanced words with examples and audio. Master idioms, proverbs, and phrasal verbs. Enjoy quizzes, flashcards, and pronunciation tests. Customize your practice by difficulty or focus. Translate into 100 plus languages with ease. Did you learn new words? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Download now and start your journey to vocabulary mastery.